Okay, class, our lesson for today is all about the principles of speech delivery. So again, what's our lesson for today?
Principles of speech delivery.
Okay, very good. So now, since we will be talking about the principles of speech delivery, what is a speech? Okay, when we say a speech is a formal talk that the speaker addresses through spoken language or words in front of the audience gathered in one place. Okay, one of the example of speech is the public speaking. So what we are talking in front of the public or in front of the crowd is what we call a speech. Am I clear?
Yes, ma'am.
Okay, by the way, when I say am I clear, you have to answer me with crystal clear. Okay, am I clear?
Crystal clear.
Okay, very good. So now let's proceed to the elements of speech. So here are the elements that we need to consider in speech. So first we have the gestures, the body language, appearance, posture, facial expression, eye contact with the audience, and also the articulation as well as the language and the time. So in articulation, you really need to be articulate, or you have to be clear with your words so that you will be easily understood by your listeners. So now let's move on to the types of speech according to purpose. So in three types of speech according to purpose, we have the informative speech, entertainment speech, and lastly, we have the persuasive speech. Okay, when we say informative speech, it provides the audience with clear understanding of a concept or idea. So one of the example of an informative speech is the lecture of your teacher. So what I am doing right now is actually a form of informative speech. So am I clear?
Crystal clear.
Okay, very good. So now let's proceed to our entertainment speech. Okay, when we say entertainment speech, it amuses the audience. So the humorous speeches of comedians or performers are the best example for this type. So again, what type of speech according to purpose that amuses the audience?
Entertainment speech.
Okay, very good. That is entertainment speech. So now for the persuasive speech. So persuasive speech, it seeks to provide the audience with favorable or acceptable ideas that can influence their own ideas and decision. Okay, so in persuasive speech, your goal is to engage your listener or your audience to agree with your topic or to agree with your speech. Okay, did you get me?
Yes, ma'am.
Okay, very good. So those are the types of speeches according to purpose. So now let's move on to the types of speech according to delivery. So we have four. So we have the extemporaneous speech, impromptu speech, manuscript speech, and also the memorized speech. So let's talk about the extemporaneous speech. So have you ever tried to deliver an extemporaneous speech?
Not yet.
Okay, if not yet, when we say extemporaneous speech, it is speaking with limited preparation. And you know that it is guided by your notes and your outline. Okay, one tip to have an effective extemporaneous speech is that you need to organize your points logically and manage your time well. Okay? Are you with me, guys?
Yes, ma'am.
Okay, very good. So now let's move on to the impromptu speech. So when we say impromptu speech, it is speaking without advanced preparation. Therefore, it is an unrehearsed speech. So, tips to have an effective impromptu speech is that you need to state your main point briefly. Okay? And deliver it at a pace where your audience can follow. And you should end by saying, thank you. Okay? Are you with me? Am I clear?
Crystal clear.
Okay, very good. So now let's have the manuscript speech. Manuscript speech, it is a planned and rehearsed speech because you are reading aloud a written message and that is a manuscript speech. Okay, tip to have an effective manuscript speech is that you need to rehearse your speech over and over again so that you will look so natural and confident. Now, let's proceed to our memorized speech. Okay, when we say memorized speech, it is reciting a written message word for word from the memory. Of course, it is from the memory since it is a memorized speech. Okay, so tip to have an effective memorized speech is that you need to rehearse your speech over and over again until you look so natural and confident. Okay, so those are the types of speech according to delivery. Okay, class, let's have a short review for our lesson for today. So, if you could still remember, what are the elements we need to consider in speech?
Gestures, body language, appearance,
Okay.
posture, facial expression,
Very
eye
good.
contact, articulation, language, and time.
Okay, very good. So now, what are the types of speeches according to purpose?
Informative speech, entertainment speech, and persuasive speech.
Okay, very good. So now for our types of speech according to delivery.
Extemporaneous speech, impromptu speech, manuscript speech, and memorized speech.
Okay, very good. So those are the principles of speech delivery. Am I clear?
Crystal clear!
Okay, very good. So now let's proceed to our activities.
Did you learn something from our lesson for today?
Yes, ma'am.
Do you have any questions?
None so far.
Okay, now get 1/4 sheet of paper and answer this activity. Now exchange papers with your seatmates and check their papers. Okay, number 1 answer is A. Number 2, C. Number 3, B. 4, B. 5, C. Now who got perfect score? 4, 3, 2, 1. Okay, now for your assignment, differentiate the 4 types of speech delivery in terms of definition and give your own examples of speaking situations. Use the table for your answers. And for your another assignment, make your own speech. You may choose what type of speech according to the purpose you want, then deliver it in front of your classmates. And here's the rubrics. Now that's all for today. Thank you, class, and see you next meeting.